Week 80, live from El Salvador, Berlin, on top of a volcano, the fastest growing circular economy. It's just me this week. Nikki is feeling a little ill, so you're going to have to listen to me the whole episode. Hope that goes well. Let's get into it. As I mentioned, week 80, and I'm going to mute myself one moment. Okay. Let's go. Sat shout out. Yes, we're going to start there. Sat shout out. I actually did a whole heap of transactions on our Blink wallet this week, trying to send value to the LNBit split payment service. So our wallet is full of those. And let's have a look. The 12th. That was you guys. You guys last week absolutely dominated, so I don't need to do anything there on the Blink wallet. Get Orbi. Now there was a cool comment on Get Orbi. Let's have a quick look. 6 days ago there was 420 sats. That was from Prem. I know that was a Nosta a Nosta tweet. That was pretty cool. And then someone sent 49 sats and said, watching from Cleveland, Ohio, United States. That's super cool. Thank you. It's pretty cool how you can use it as a form of communication. And then I've got one sat for spam as well. I went and checked out our geyser because I thought I haven't looked at that for a while, and 48 days ago was the last time we received value on there. And then I also had a look at the Strike wallet because you guys started sending sats via Strike last week, which was pretty awesome, and there was nothing there. So thank you. We always appreciate you guys and everything you zap us and turning up to the show. It's still pretty amazing that people come and watch us live every week. We hope you get value out of our show. We try to give you our happy but unbiased opinion. we try to keep it positive, and we try to give you honest value. We don't want to over sugarcoat it, and we don't want to. I mean, we're not having a bad time here. We're having a great time. If you have questions, you can ask them in the chat on the side, and I'm just trying to load that now. It looks like there's a problem, so I'm going to reload it. I want to see if you guys are talking to me. All right, pause that. Not yet. No chat yet, but you guys can ask questions. Follow the little flag along the bottom here, and when it gets to the Q&A section, I will answer the questions. The other thing, we have a newsletter down below. Sign up to the newsletter. You will find out what our 3 interesting things were for the week. Plus, we keep a reasonably accurate and up-to-date list of all the events that are happening in El Salvador and coming up in El Salvador. And I'm going to jump into that right after I mention the Bitcoin hardware store. There they are on the side. They are going to be our service today. They're also down in the blue line here. We mentioned them. And I'm going to talk about a couple of items. These guys, Ronny and Jamie, they're providing an excellent service. We'll get to them soon. There's a few photos of stuff that we've bought from them as well. So this week coming up, events. Now, because Nikki hasn't been helping me, I'm feeling a little unorganized, but let's go for it. So tonight in Berlin, there is our Monday meetup, which is largely for the locals, but we give the people the opportunity to come and share something about Bitcoin, their experience, their life here, here in El Salvador, around the world, or why they're here, right? Why they're here in El Salvador. Tonight we have Vanya. You may have seen her on our Twitter feed recently because she's been really active, which is super cool. She's been contributing to the center. She just did a nice mural of some custom artwork she did, and tonight she is talking. So the Bitcoin Casual Meetup, this is in San Salvador. This happens every Tuesday, and it's at the Honolulu restaurant, which is a really good restaurant. We've been there a few times for my first Bitcoin meetup, which is great. This week, the Bitcoin Community Center on Wednesday the 21st, we're having an opening day, which will start from 12 p.m. and then we'll have another meetup at 6:30 p.m. to basically thank the people who have put in a huge amount of effort to making Berlinesses in action a thing, which helped Berlin become a circular economy. So it's been going since, I think, late May or early June. So what's that, 6, 7, 8? We're at like 8 months now. And 100 businesses. It's really impressive. Amazing people, locals, foreigners. It's so cool. This Sunday, there is the Bitcoin Farmers Market. So we will be there, and it's possibly going to be the last one. It's definitely the last one. Nikki will be there during March because she's going to be away during March, but I may turn up. So if you want to come and see, let's see what happens. Depends. I know a couple of people here would still like to go and see it, so maybe I should still go. We'll find out. I know that we've got a new seller, Sam. She went with us the other week, so I kind of feel obligated to keep going to keep that up. Otherwise, coming up later in the month, just a couple of main things to keep an eye on: the Bitcoin Beach meetup and the My First Bitcoin meetup at the end of the month. Also, something to take note of is April. There is the halving party and also the Economy of Bitcoin mini conference in Berlin. So if you're going to be here for the halving party, then I'd definitely, come to the Economy of Bitcoin Berlin mini conference. It's going to be a great event. It's basically around circular economies. I know that they're working on attracting some really high profile speakers, and it would be high profile in terms of people that are coming to the, they're high profile. They are. I'll leave it there. So that's that. There are links to the Bitcoin hardware store down below. There are links to our Substack down below. The Substack link is the link to the newsletter. You can sign up. It's free. You don't have to put your email in there if you don't want to. They just try to talk you into doing it when you go and visit. All right. Now I'm going to quickly check in on the chat to see no one's joined me today. Wow, it's quiet in the chat. Say hello, guys. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Maybe it's because Nikki's not here. Let's go. Monday, huge day of work for me, as it often is. I really get stuck into it on Monday. It's got a number of different things that have to be done. I started reading a book that we got from the Sunday market, which was The Great Parasite. Did I start reading it then? Or I started reading it earlier? I can't remember, but I'm still reading it. So that's happening. I got an Osso. Hello. All right. Awesome. The chat is live. Thank you. And I've also been setting up the Start 9 node. So it's formatted and it's set up and it's going. So there'll be a photo in here somewhere. Oh, get my thumb over there. There'll be a photo in here of the Start 9 node. It's an old PC. It's fully open source and free. It's even more free than the Umbrella one, more open source and free than the Umbrella one. It works on old PCs much easier. I notice Umbrella have just released one to do that as well, but Start 9, and thank you to Steve for helping me out with that. Steve, it is massive. I haven't had as much time to play with it as I'd like, but I really appreciate it. Like, I'm learning a lot. Sometimes it overheats in my little cupboard, so all part of the fun. Berlin Monday meeting. We had Prem last week. Prem is visiting. Prem is looking at becoming pretty permanent, which is awesome. And he gave a talk on mobile phone privacy and moving from your WhatsApp to Signal. So if you're not aware, it may be a great idea to consider downloading Signal. I think it's signal.org, and start using that as your main messenger. WhatsApp actually has a massive privacy hole in it, which something called Pegasus and Pegasus 2. If you don't know about that and you're curious about it, go and Google it and research it. But basically, once you know what that is, you'll realize that WhatsApp, whatever's on there is compromised. So if you'd like something that's a bit more secure, consider Signal. Let's go to Tuesday. All right, my clicker's working today, which is awesome. Nikki went to volunteer in the center in the morning, which is awesome. I did a hope of work in the morning. And then we also, at lunchtime, we tested out some new equipment we got from the Bitcoin hardware store. So from the Bitcoin hardware store, we actually bought this. This is a template for punching the numbers and words into your washers. So there's a washer in there. Let's have a look. It says 21 Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. And we do that with a set of letters. It's an alphanumeric punch set, and you use a hammer to punch these into the metal, and then what you do is you make a stack of washers, one with each word, that you can then use as a backup. So this is better than paper because it won't be destroyed, and then you can hide that, you can split it, you can hide it, and always remember to put a passphrase on top of your seed phrase to help protect it. So if somebody found this, they still couldn't access your funds without that last passphrase. So we had to play with that. There's a couple of photos, Nikki playing with it as well, it's fun. This stuff's fun. And we're going to do a course with this at the center as well to share with people. We started on production of an old interview with Eric Cram. So we met this guy just over a year ago He's from the States. It was a really cool experience. We've built a great relationship. We still keep in touch with him today. And we did this interview because I read his book. He put out a book, and it was called The Bitcoin Jesus Connection, or the Jesus Bitcoin Connection. I forget which way around it is. It opened my mind to all sorts of things, and started crazy questions started coming up. So I'm working on that interview because we had a third party that we were paying in Bitcoin to get our videos done, and this one, for some reason, they decided to triple their price, and it was just like, no. So I'm doing it. I enjoy editing. It's just time consuming. All right, let's go to Wednesday. We had work in the morning, as always. I actually also did, I believe, Tuesday afternoons. I also go and help out with the volunteering as well. So Nikki and I do a morning-afternoon combo on Tuesday and Thursday. Wednesday, work in the morning. Nikki had a Spanish lesson, which is always good. And then in the afternoon, we did a cash trade. So if anybody keeps an eye on it, we do need to do cash trades occasionally. And here in Berlin, there's actually a really good cash trade economy happening. Economy? Yeah, I guess that's the right word. Where it's easy enough to actually find people. We've got a chat group who would like to buy and sell Bitcoin. And that's something that we do to pay our rent, because we need to deposit it into a bank account, and our landlord won't accept Bitcoin, so we do it that way. And then then we went to the center to finish up putting in we've got some shelves in the kitchen, and coffee station, and shelves for books, which is one of the reasons I want to mention the book, because there's the book on the side there, and look, double book, just like a double rainbow. If Fabian's watching, he'll appreciate that. But we've got bookshelves. There they are, and we've got so many cool books from people. We had a dream that we would put out a request for donations to get books to create a library. We are getting Spanish books and English books about Bitcoin in there, which there's gonna be a great space for people to come and read and learn, which is awesome. And then we've also got an outdoor kitchen sink, which is finally finished and working. The building didn't come with a kitchen sink. So we got one built, and it's feeling way more complete now, which is really awesome. Let's go to our service. All right. As I mentioned, the Bitcoin hardware store. I almost need a t-shirt from these guys. Maybe I should, if Ronny, Jamie, if you're listening this week. Oh, I keep putting my hand in front of my own face. You guys got any spare t-shirts? Because I'll wear one. Ronny actually designed this t-shirt. It's kind of convenient that I'm wearing that one. So Ronny actually designed this t-shirt, and that one. And Ronny is a hustler. It's really cool. If you are going to Zonte, Bitcoin Beach, go and visit the Bitcoin hardware store. I believe they are open now, and they got me to put them on the Bitcoin map last week, which is awesome. They've got a website, they've got a Twitter handle. Jamie and Ronny, they man it, and they provide all sorts of things that you might need. We've also purchased a bulk card. So this is a bulk card, NFC, so you can load it with Bitcoin and make payments with people who have got NFC readable devices. These guys are great. They will walk you through options for you, because if not everybody's got the same requirements, sometimes people need particular devices for their situation more than others. This is a seed signer. I know they've got a lot of seed signers in there, and they've got other hardware wallets. I definitely know they've got Jades. So if you're looking for a Jade, which also supports the Liquid network and everything that they're doing, this is the Jade inside. These guys have this equipment. Also, if you're just visiting and you've got a laptop or something and you're like, man, the power outages here are a problem, Ronny and Jamie, these guys are thinking about you, because they are now keeping a UPS in the store. So if you arrive and you're like, this power, I'm worried about my devices, I should have listened to people and bought a UPS. Ronny and Jamie have one in Bitcoin Beach now, which you can buy. I don't know if they're renting them, but you can definitely buy one. They're not too expensive relative to keeping your equipment going and not having to do any repairs. What else? What other cool toys have I got that could be in there? I know that they're definitely doing hardware wallets. They're doing seed phrase backups. They rent out a hammer kit and punch kit to do this, which is really cool. They've got all sorts of cool things in there. and I recommend going and checking it out. Support those guys. We've been here for 2 years, and I have said a number of times, where do I go and buy a hardware wallet? Because there hasn't been a place. You have to basically get someone to bring them in for you. And the only other place was possibly to win one at the Bitcoin Beach meetups. That was the only place you could win a Jade hardware wallet. But these guys, they have filled a market gap, and congratulations to them. They deserve the success that they're going to have with that store. I know it's already popular. Also, they will be at the Bitcoin Farmers Market every second Sunday. So they will be there this Sunday. If you're going to be there, come and check them out. They're very knowledgeable too. I really enjoy talking to them. I'm going to end it there. But yeah, if you're in El Salvador and you need Bitcoin hardware, talk to these guys. They're very humble and what's the word for, like, they're not biased on their information. They will give you, because everyone's got slightly different needs. And of course, we've all got favorites, but they'll tell you it's their favorite. And then they'll say, but your need may be this instead of that, which is really cool. And I appreciate that sort of, those sort of answers. All right, let's do it. Thursday. Remember, ask questions in the chat. I will be answering them at the end. I see we've got a question in there, which is cool. That will be answered when I get my little flag to the Q&A over here. Thursday, another morning of working, and Nikki popped into the centre to do more volunteering. And then I went in to do some volunteering in the afternoon. At midday, we actually had a private paid call with somebody. So somebody purchased our big package. So they get 2 hours of calls and our ebook, which is really cool. Thank you very much for that. We had a great 1 hour chat with them. They're going to be here in, must be like 4 or 5 days. So that's really exciting. And then there was the person that we spoke to the week before. They're actually helping us out with a hardware part that we talked about last week. And it's so amazing. Like, thank you to the people who offer help to get bits and pieces, because it's not easy here to get certain things. That's just the way the fiat world works. That's how I'm going to pitch that. But the fact that we've got an amazing community here, and coming and visiting the Bitcoin community, people are. It's great. It surprises me when people reach out and say, "Hey, how can I help? What can I do?" And that's what the Bitcoin Center has basically been running on as well. It's been running on a lot of donated time. Like, we donate our time. We don't get paid for it. We've only put time and money into it. And a lot of people put time and money into it. It's not paying anybody. So it's a great service to be part of. It's so cool. I'm waffling. We're going to carry on. Thank you for the call. We really appreciate it. If you want to book a call, you can go to our website and you can do that on there. Nikki and I, we started building the merchandise rack. So there it is there in the photos. Great timing. And you'll see Nikki there. It's an old bed frame, 4 tomato boxes, 2 broom handles, and a bit of creativity. And we have built a merchandise shelf for t-shirts and other bits and pieces so we can start selling them. So we started that on the Thursday. And then we all a group of us went to dinner at Coco's, and it was quite funny because Prem was like, "Man, Coco's is really good." And I'm like, "Have you had the Berea burger?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "We're going to Coco's for dinner. Let's go." And yeah, he wasn't disappointed. It was good. So that was awesome. It's great eating out with the group. It's always fun. And that's one of the awesome things about the community here. The town is so small. It's so easy to just gather and do that. And there's variety. There's some really great restaurants here for all sorts of reasons. All right, let's go to Friday. Nikki and the girls had yoga in the center in the morning. Nikki spends a lot of time at the center, even when she doesn't have to be there, which is great. It's great that the center is also getting used for other things. There was just a photo there of Prem giving his speech from last Monday. But it gets used for, we've got the welcome room, which is awesome. We've got so much in there now. We also have the classroom. We have toilets in there. We've got a little office. We have a podcast studio. We have another service office, which Charlie is using for projects. And then we have a communal space. And we have a dedicated computer lab now, which is fully rented out by Steve to do his project of educating people and training people for remote work. It's really cool. I digress. and we are on Friday. I worked in the morning, then we had a project meeting with our friends from San Blas, and then in the afternoon we went back to the center again to finish the merchandise rack, and I think it was actually the next day, but we got it up. It's looking really cool, and there's another finished photo over there. That one's got more merchandise shelves on the right hand side, and you can see the pin board and the K1 ATM is up there now, which is super cool. Really enjoy that. Okay, Saturday, here we go. Again, working. I know it's Saturday and Sunday I was working as well, but we had a pretty casual start, and then we spent the afternoon in the center finishing up the notice board and the shelves and things like that. So we want to get it ready for Wednesday because we've got the opening. So we've been super busy and focused on trying to get these things done, and just going for it. Sunday, we had a pretty casual morning at home. I read the book. I'm really enjoying this book. It's not even about Bitcoin. Like, it's really focused on how money works around the world. I'm really enjoying it. I know I'm very aware of a lot of the information in it, but the way it's being packaged is very coherent. It's going really well. I'm enjoying it. Giving me a lot of ideas about living my life on a Bitcoin standard, or living our life on a Bitcoin standard. So that's pretty cool. I worked on the interview with Eric. So that's getting very close to being done. The major editing is done. I'm just cleaning it up now. I started working on Alien Bits again, testing some split payments because we'd like to get split payments working for these books. We're actually selling these books at the center. Plus, we've got some stickers that we need to sell, and I need to do split payments for those. But I found a small issue with it, and I'm working on that. I've actually got support happening at the moment. Then in the evening, we went to the center to receive the new desks and chairs for the classroom. The classroom has... Vanya took charge of ordering desks and chairs for the classroom, and she's done a great job. The local carpenter's done a great job. And we went in there and received them, and we sat down and we talked about them, and we set up a few things in the classroom, and it's looking really cool. It's very cool. And then we went to have dinner together in the park, and there was a group of guys already there having a good time. We just grabbed more tables, joined them together. There's like an open air food court in the park. If you look on our Twitter account, you will see a little video of us sitting around, and then Vanya also shows the food stalls, and it's so cool. The vibe, the community, it's special. It really is. Very grateful. That's definitely something that we've realized about being here, is the community feeling we have here is, we're super grateful. We really enjoy it, the people, and then the environment in terms of it's being cooler. We enjoy that a lot. We're on top of a volcano. That's really awesome. It's pretty cool to say you live on literally on a volcano, which is being used for mining geothermal energy. It's a cool experience. It really is. So that was Sunday. I'm going to start answering questions now. I see there's a few on the side there. Let's go for it. Looking forward to the people who are coming to visit. This week we have a whole heap of people that are coming to visit, and it's going to be very cool. A few of our followers are coming this week and next week. So thank you guys. It's so cool to know that you watch our show live and then you're like, I'm coming to Berlin to see you guys. It's kind of surreal. And we appreciate that you can come, and we really hope that we put on a great experience for you. Let us know when you're here. Of course, we will go to dinner with people while we're here and show you bits and pieces. The center will be open most of the time. Let's get into the questions on the side. Thank you. Put them in there because you are a little bit delayed, and we're going to get into it. So also, hello and greetings from San Francisco. Thank you. Greetings. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for starting the chat off today. I appreciate that. Elma, hi. How are you guys doing? How's my country been? Good for you. I like your program from Los Angeles, California. Soy salvadoreño. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Thank you. It's so cool. We're actually very grateful for all the Salvadoreños that live in the United States and overseas, and who have been following us, because you're actually a very large portion of our followers on Twitter and YouTube. which I think is really impressive that you guys come and you watch us in your country. It's humbling. It's very humbling and appreciative. All right. Marvin, hello. I'm late for your live event. First, thank you very much for the call. So Marvin was, I guess he's happy for us to share that. He was the person who had the call with us, and thank you, Marvin. We really enjoyed it. It was a very cool call. Another Salvadorano that is looking at coming back. So, yes, it's very cool. The information on wallets, setup, and guidance are truly valuable for someone from the USA. Yeah, so the USA is a challenge when it comes to Bitcoin. The regulations are definitely making it harder to do it. So there are ways to still use Bitcoin freely. It's just a little bit more work because they are definitely trying to make it hard for people to use it. It's no secret that the United States government doesn't want people to use it, I think. All right, and Coke Man for you, how hard are the crypto laws there? Okay, so El Salvador is a Bitcoin country, the first Bitcoin country. And basically, anything that's not Bitcoin is classed as a security. So I haven't looked into the security laws. You would need to look into that. I don't know what your intent is. And I see you've got another question there. Let's just see. If someone has crypto and cold storage wallet, can that person convert to Bitcoin and cash out there? Well, yeah, I mean, if you're a savvy crypto user and you have other altcoins, I'm sure you're capable of finding a bridge which will allow you to convert your convert your alternative crypto assets to Bitcoin. So I think sideshift.ai, I think that's a website. Sideshift.ai. If you Google Sideshift, just be careful. Don't end up on a spam site. Don't trust me on that. You can go there. You can convert whatever altcoin you have to Bitcoin, and then yes, you can easily use Bitcoin here. You could do a cash swap with somebody. You can go to ATMs and take it out, or there are cards and services you can get to use your Bitcoin. So yes, it is possible. I need to check. I need to find the website. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna quickly. I think was it Side Shift? I'm sorry. Quickly looking. I wouldn't normally do this, but now I am asking myself. It is sideshift.ai. So sideshift.ai. They will allow you to switch between. It's not actually. It's still not the site I thought it was. I need to check. I'm not going to get hung up on this. All right. So yes, it is possible, but in terms of the laws, you're better just to keep your crypto assets offshore. I wouldn't necessarily come here and try and do things with them in a tax sense, because they will want to tax you on that if you do it in a particular way. But if you're coming from a country other than basically the United States, you can operate offshore. So in New Zealand, I can operate. If I wanted to be in the crypto space, I could do all my crypto trading in offshore accounts, which most of them are from New Zealand. And because I'm no longer a tax resident in New Zealand, I'm not subject to tax in those regions. And the tax benefits of being a digital nomad are pretty good for a lot of things, not just crypto, not just Bitcoin, but also income tax and things like that. So becoming a digital nomad, if anybody's looking for, the best thing to do would be to read the book, The Sovereign Individual. The Sovereign Individual is definitely a guidebook written before Bitcoin was invented, but it predicted Bitcoin, about living your best life abroad and basically learning how to make the most of your money, basically, without being taxed. I don't want to sound like I'm avoiding tax, but what are you paying for if you're paying 50% tax, right? It's probably not being spent efficiently. And I'm going to grab this book again, but if you read this book, you will know that you're basically being stolen from. And I don't know, me saying these things might be a bit controversial, but let's carry on. Marvin, my offer still stands about taking something you might need from the States. Look forward to meeting you in person next weekend. I thought of something the other day, Marvin, and I completely forgot. Thank you. I want to talk about the supplements too. Nikki and I, we had a couple of things there. Carlitos, best of luck from Burbank, California. Thank you very much, Carlitos. Appreciate it. Lots of people from the States today. That's awesome. And I'm guessing another Salvadorano. Thank you. It's so cool. It's so cool. Coke Man for you. Thank you. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, it's like there's plenty of services that you can use to convert to Bitcoin and come and use your Bitcoin here without too many problems. Abigail Smith, question. Hello, James. Thank you all for all you do. I'm interested in moving over to, I'm just going to move the microphone, over to El Salvador. Are there many UK citizens with teenage children in El Salvador? What education options are there? Yes. The answer is yes. Yes, yes, and yes. There are a number of people from all over the world with teenage children here. We have people from the Netherlands. We have UK people. People are having babies here all the way up to, we've even got people here who have got their grown children with them. So the entire family decided to come. Not just the children that were dependents, but children who were independent decided to come here with their parents, which is really cool. And they've started businesses together, which is great. So there are a lot of homeschooling options along the beach, which is really cool. And there are some excellent schools in San Salvador. They are not cheap, from what I've heard. So they would be comparable to general international school prices, from what I've heard. I haven't had to put any children through school here. I can only go on hearsay from what I've heard from other people. But the schooling options are quite good. I know a lot of people have brought their children here and been quite surprised at the schooling options. Even some of the better, like basically the west side of San Salvador is the good side of the city, more affluent side of the city. And if you find schooling on the affluent side of the city, even local schooling on the affluent side of the city, it's generally pretty good from what I've heard. I mean, this is all hearsay from my side. Elma, gracias por todo. I love you guys, like my country. I'm in Bitcoin, just very small amounts. Thank you. That just start small. That's the best way to do it. When I talk to people about Bitcoin, treat it as buying an online course. You would spend $100 on an online course to learn something. If you're happy to spend $100 to buy some Bitcoin and learn how to do certain things, if you lose it, then you learnt a lot. If you get to keep it, you learnt a lot and you got $100 of Bitcoin. So in my mind, it's a win-win and a possibly extra win. So yeah, that's great, Alma. It's great to hear. Hopefully you're learning about self-custody, and you can do that with something like a Blue Wallet. The Blue Wallet is an excellent wallet, and when it comes to Lightning wallets, Phoenix is a great self-custody wallet. If you don't want to do that, coinos.io is a great third-party hosted wallet for Lightning users in the United States. J-Dub, what's up, man? Man, it's so cool. Hey, it's so cool. Where's Nikki? Yeah, so Nikki's not feeling super well today, so you guys have to listen to me for the full period of time. I know Nikki, everyone loves Nikki. I miss Nikki. She keeps me organized, but she's not feeling well today. And Marvin, yes, yeah, Marvin, that is awesome. Hector, James, what role the point of sale device play if everyone has a cell phone? That is a great question. That is a super great question. So I have a point of sale device here, and I'm just wondering, is that Hector? So this can receive NFC. So of course they're advertising the card up the top there for the NFC. But if you have a modern phone, your modern phone will receive NFC as well. One of the main reasons that this is useful is in a shop. So in a shop, not all people want their staff to be walking around with their phones. They want them to have their phones off and out of sight, which means that they then want to use this, which is more reliable in terms of it's one point. There's no excuses for the person making a mistake on their personal phone if they have a point of sale. So point of sales are generally better for businesses that have multiple staff, like 2, 3 or more staff. They're very common at places like Walmart or PriceSmart. They have mobile point of sales. The Athena point of sale is super popular. This is called the Bitcoinized point of sale. I need to get one of these to actually, I need to take that with me this week. So that hopefully that answers your question. if you're a small business owner like us, a mobile phone, NFC, it works great. Abigail, thanks, James. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. There's actually a really good group chat on on Telegram. I think it's called Bitcoiners in El Salvador. That group chat, they talk about schooling in there. So the people will answer any questions you've got about schooling without any problems. Elma, I have small amounts of Bitcoin. How do I sell it? I want to add more into my account. Yes. I can't remember if you mentioned which country you're in. California. Okay, Los Angeles. So if you want to buy more Bitcoin, swanbitcoin.com is a great place to dollar cost average Bitcoin from your bank account into your private wallet. This is a great service. You could also use Coinbase, but the fees to get your Bitcoin out of Coinbase are expensive. So you want to buy a large amount and then take it out regularly. You don't want to leave it in there too long because I don't know, I don't trust Coinbase long term. And then another option might be Binance. Again, it's not super cheap to get it out, but that's an option. And then the Breeze wallet. The Breeze wallet is an open source product, but they have a credit card gateway built in. That's another way to buy Bitcoin. It's all on chain, so the fees are a lot higher. I hope that makes sense. If you send me a DM or an email, I can write some of this down for you and get it to you. And Manuel, hello from Oz. I like your program. Thank you, mate. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in from down under. That's pretty cool. We actually had a New Zealander tune in. We had a New Zealander arrive. Oh man, in Berlin. When did we see him? Was it Sunday or must have been? Yeah, oh man, I forgot to write that in the thing. We had a New Zealander arrive this week. It's so cool. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. I think I met him on Saturday. A New Zealander arrived here in Berlin on Saturday. That was really cool. I was listening to his accent and I was like, sounds Australian. And he's like, I've been living in Australia. And I'm like, I can tell. But he's like, I'm from New Zealand. So that was a really cool experience. He's still here and he's really enjoying it because the community is really impressive. So thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate that. All right. If there's no more questions, I really appreciate all your questions. I hope other people enjoy the questions too and find value in that. Remember, we have 79 other lives in the history. Check out our YouTube channel. Please subscribe and like it. Share it with people if you find value. But we've got a whole heap of videos of the first year. We did a number of videos about our life here and trying to share tips. We also did a monthly video for the first 12 months to talk about what it took us to establish ourselves here, what we learned, things such as visas, housing, cars, buying food, stuff like that. And all of that stuff is there and super accessible. Whoa, this is super cool. Hurley, what is the best residency visa to get and what is the cost? Oh, wow. Okay. Depends on your personal situation. I can't tell you what the best one is. We have a private lawyer that we use, and you're more than welcome. If you DM us, we will share our lawyer, or if you go to our Instagram, you can find our lawyer on there. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to cost. It depends for everybody. It depends if it's one person, multiple people. We have a we have a business visa, but you can also get a nomad visa. The business visa allows us to open a business here, and then opening a business gives us different things we can do. Where if you have a nomad visa, you don't really have the accessibility to do certain things here. Yes. Manuel, thank you. $10. That's awesome. Only $10 Australian though. I'm just teasing. I'm just being a dick. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's awesome. It's funny that it tells me it's Australian dollars. That's really cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the tips that come in there. Do you have a Bitcoin Lightning wallet, Manuel? That is the more important question. Elma, thank you for your answer. Yes, I have Coinbase and Robinhood. Okay, I'm not sure if Robinhood allows you to withdraw Bitcoin, but if it does, that's awesome. Miguel, Nikki and James from Gratis Pass, Oregon. Okay, awesome. I have no idea where Grants Pass is in Oregon, but it sounds like it would be a cool mountainous area, which is super cool. And Marvin, please mention your book. I read your book and you have valuable information in there. I use it as a reference guide. Yes, so I'm starting to feel like that book's getting out of date because we don't do a lot of the things that we used to do in the first year. So Marvin's referencing a book that we have, and basically we break down all sorts of things, such as getting visas, rental cars, renting houses. We mention our lawyer and other lawyers. I think we've got a list of like 4 or 5 lawyers in there. We had to go to get something called an NIT, which is a tax number. There used to be Escape from El Salvador is still an option to get a visa. What else is there? Man, in that book is accommodation. There's things that I actually need to update it, because Ronny's a great person for accommodation in El Zonte if you're coming to visit. Charlie's now also an excellent person here in Berlin in particular. Charlie's helping people find property here as well. Hector, James, are you still using Umbrel or just Start 9? I have an Umbrel that has packed a SAD. It's on a Raspberry Pi, which a Raspberry Pi basically, it looks like this, sort of. There's a chip set inside that. So I have a Raspberry Pi running an Umbrel right now, but it's not happy. And I also have a mini PC which is running Start 9, but my Start 9 doesn't have any channels on it yet. I have to set that up. The Umbrel has channels, but they're broken. And I don't even know why it broke. That's one of my challenges with Umbrel, is it packs a SAD on occasion, which frustrates me. It's one of the downsides. So I'm really looking forward to my experience with Start 9. Okay, I think that's us. I'm just trying to, I feel like I was looking for something there. Oh, yeah, let me just quickly look, get Orbi, do that. The Blink wallet, I got the Blink wallet here. You can see all my transactions out and transactions from last week. You guys are cool. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to do the outro. Oh, do you have Noster if I want to message you? Yes, we do have Noster. If you go to our, we do have Noster. It's on our profile. You can find Noster. And Manuel, hi guys, I have Binance account and thinking to open a different one. I got my DUI from El Salvador. Okay, yeah, Binance is also good. It's doable. Coinbase, Binance, Swan Bitcoin, the Breeze wallet with a credit card gateway. There are other ways to buy Bitcoin in the United States as well, but they're getting less and more difficult. So the real Bitcoin comes with different properties to ETF Bitcoin as well, by the way. So that's always quite interesting. Okay, let's do it. Outro. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to the Bitcoin hardware store for supplying El Salvador with awesome hardware tools. Got them on the side there right now. If you need anything when you're visiting, also talk to Ronny if you've got questions, or Jamie. They're both great guys. There's a photo with us in there somewhere. Economia Bitcoin. This is going to be on the 8th of April. Also the 9th is going to be a day where you can go around Berlin and spend sats at the 100 plus businesses that are now accepting Bitcoin here. It's going to be a great day. So if you're coming for the halving party, extend your trip because it's going to be worth it. Then down below we have our newsletter. Make sure to sign up to our newsletter if you have not. We give away a free 45-minute call every month. And we haven't had anyone take us up on that in the 80 weeks we've been doing it, which is like 14 months or something. So there's people out there who have free calls and haven't cashed them in. All right. Tonight we have the meetup in Berlin. I'm going to go there now. Vanya's talking, and I believe she is talking about, damn, it just slipped my mind. I forget what she was going to talk about. But it will be interesting. Everyone who comes along and talks about things. Oh, she's going to talk about her experience, I think. No. It was the transition. Oh, actually, it's going to be an interesting talk. I'm going to mention it. She has come from basically from a fiat world straight into a Bitcoin circular economy. So today I actually did a tweet about everybody comes to Bitcoin in a different way. And her way into Bitcoin is quite a drastic shift. She has gone from living where she just uses the peso to straight into a Bitcoin circular economy where it's like, hey, here's a Lightning wallet. Now you buy everything with Bitcoin. And she hasn't gone from a traditional method of maybe friends trying to get her to buy Bitcoin or investing or anything like that. It's gone from one currency to another straight away. And she's going to share about her experience tonight, which is going to be really cool. She's from Mexico, speaks fluent Spanish. So it's great for the locals, not so good for me. All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's super cool. It blows us away. It humbles us. 80 episodes. Been here 2 years. Been on the side of the volcano now for 5 months. Almost been here 6 months. It's gone so fast, and we're having a good time. Thank you very much. Use Lightning, share Lightning, and let us know if you've got any questions.